This movie goes on and on and on and on. Rock of Ages. I was a little bit late getting this one out, but yeah, couldn't get it out anyway. Now, this is definitely a movie that I think Tak would have absolutely enjoyed, and I've recommended it to him, so maybe we will get another review out eventually down the road. That gives you the other 5 on the scale. There. For now, you're just getting me. A musical that's actually done well as a musical, I have to say, hands down. This one actually puts together reasons for people to start singing and goes on. It's a musical. It's what you expect. People just to stop doing what they're doing, sing whatever they're thinking and feeling, and that's exactly what happens in this movie. Now, the songs in this movie are all done in the 80s because obviously this is an 80s done movie. So, on to story. This goes back into the 80s when we have a girl is try and make it into LA, girl played by Julianne Hough, who goes to LA trying to make it big, wants to be a singer. The idea there is that she falls in love with this guy and your basic love story connection kind of thing for a musical. The ultimate idea is that this one rundown kind of club is actually falling apart, can't financially sit itself together, so they get this big name guy, Stacey Jacks, who kind of resembles everything that came from the 80s. Basically your Steven Tyler, Motley Crue, all medley put together. That's just the big star. Here he is, Stacey Jacks, played by Tom Cruise. We're making fun of the 80s, people. I mean, that's pretty obvious. They make fun of the hair, they make fun of the style, and the technology of the 80s. This is basically your 80s run-through, throw-down comedy movie. Comedy, to me, I found it really interesting because I could jump right in. I can also enjoy and make fun of the 80s. It's really easy. Just the hairdo alone. That's coming from the guy that kind of looks like Tintin, but I digress. So in this movie, we have Tom Cruise, we have Alec Baldwin, we have Julianne Hough, we have Milan Ackerman, I don't know if I'm saying that right, we have Russell Brand, there's many other ones. So I'll just go on a couple of these people. I'm not going to go into detail because there's lots of them. But Tom Cruise plays Stacey Jacks, big egomaniac, kind of overindulging in the, well, drugs, everything else to do with rock and roll, so he plays that role really well. I think it just kind of fits him personally, but that might just be me. But you're also able to make fun of this guy, and he does a good job himself making just fun of himself, so if you don't necessarily like Tom Cruise, you will enjoy making fun of him with him. Alec Baldwin, Russell Brand, had to put them in the same conversation together as they kind of play off each other the entire time. They're the manager and co-manager of this rundown little bar, and together they're in every scene together. Alec Baldwin really shouldn't have sang in that one number. He kind of sings. It's kind of embarrassing for him, but it's a musical, so everyone has to sing. I just feel sorry that they didn't just crop it out and put someone else's voice over top of it. Russell Brand, on the other hand, does get a number in too. 1 or 2 songs, actually, I think. He's actually a really, really good centerpiece for comedy in this movie. Everything throughout this movie that's thrown in as one-liners come from Russell Brand. But they're funny and they're really interesting, so I wasn't a big fan of Russell Brand going into this movie. I think I might become a Russell Brand fan after this movie, so if that changes anyone else's mind out there, let me know. Now there's the main guy, don't know his name, does a really good job. I'm just going to move on to Julianne Hough because I know her name. She does a good job as well, but man, she needs to get some meat on her. She's so skinny. Her head's just like, and her body's like, she's got to fix that up, and then I can like her a little bit. But she's a good singer nonetheless, so for the role that she needs to play in this, I mean, she did a good job. Like I said, in the intro, it kind of goes on and on and on and on and on. That pretty much sums it up. I think it could have stopped about an hour and a half in. It kind of got its main point across. It did what it needed to do. I say cut there, you're done. But they kept going for another hour, maybe 2 hours. I don't really know. I lost track of time, and it got really boring after a while. So it's rating time, and if it wasn't for this movie being so long, I probably would have given it something a little bit better, but it's going to get right down the middle for me. So it gets 2.5 out of a possible 5 flock of seagulls. On to the next review.